Yo, it's Donte. You can follow me on Instagram at directedxdw. And I'm kicking in with the creative mindset. We talking art, creativity, mental health. I want y'all to tap into the next episode. And we out.
Welcome back to another episode of the Creative
Oh, you
Mindset.
starting over.
New year, new us. Whatever. You like that, didn't you? Today we got a very special guest. This guy is a shooter. And I ain't talking about bang bang. You know, you might catch him at your event. You might catch him at the games. Creative Mindset family, welcome, Donte.
Ooh.
Hold on, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
I gotta get a moniker.
Appreciate y'all.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I gotta get a marker, but I appreciate y'all having me on here. Yeah, it's definitely different to be on this side of the camera. So, but it's good though. It's growth.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I could start doing stuff more like this. Oh yeah,
Yeah, man, I encourage it because people buy personality now. You know,
absolutely.
it's not even about what you can do on the camera. Due to AI technology,
Hmm.
everything is so accessible. We in such a saturated market where everything boiled down to either personality and price.
Yeah, and that's really what my mentor had told me when I first started. He was like, "People don't buy your services; they buy you,"
Hmm.
and that always stuck with me. So it's all about doing it now. So like, yeah.
That's where the term order farming coming from. Because if I ain't got it, I'm gonna get it from somebody
Oh
else.
God. So yeah.
And that's crazy because one thing I don't like about photography, well, I would say at least say the consumers that's within our city, they always see somebody else style and say, "Hey, I want this,"
Hmm.
instead of going to that person.
Hmm.
And it kind of, yeah, it kind of messes up the artistic integrity
Yeah,
because it's,
it waters down everything. Yeah.
and then you got everybody doing the same thing
It's
to
weird.
where there's no, well, not there's no box, but you have to jump outside the box. So when that person that's not in that box, they're like, "Oh, I want that shoot too," but
Hmm.
it costs how much? And then they go to
Yeah.
that person that's just started, like, "Can you do this?"
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
like,
what got you into photography, videography?
I always had like a unconventional start. You
Hmm.
know, a lot of people had, they start with internships. They was always like the kid in the camera, kid with the camera going to the parties.
Mhm.
Um, I'm gonna just start all the way really from the beginning. I've always been like a creative kid growing up. Really influenced by like my mom's side of the family. Everybody had like their little niches in art. A lot of my uncles collected records, DVDs. My other uncle, he painted. My aunt did graphic design. My mom did her own thing in art. So it's kind of always been in my DNA. Um, Growing up in school, like art was kind of like always one of those things that just kind of gave me like comfort. It always came natural to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, Going into high school, it's about around the time like Instagram really started to become a thing. It's like around 2012, and I was never really like a kid that was like on social media. So I was like, if I want to be on social media, I gotta be different. So I just started just taking photos. I'll put my phone in the corner of the rooms, put the timer on, and just do whatever came to my mind. And I was really what got me into like being creative and the photography and all that. It really stemmed from like Wale.
Mhm.
Wale, he would post like his outfit pictures, and he would put like this specific filter like on his photos, and I thought it was like the hardest thing in the world. Looking back, it looked terrible. People call it deep frying, like that ugly, real gritty
Right.
filter.
Mhm.
And but back then, like I would search like high and low, like trying to find that exact filter, and I came across this app called PixArt. I don't know if y'all really hip,
I
but
feel like I had that one.
PixArt, Visco, and all that.
I had
And I
Visco.
and I found that app, and I just like went to town and just started really experimenting. Um, when people like ask me like how did I get in photography, I kind of say like, oh, it just fell in my lap. But throughout like high school, I was kind of like training myself, not even realizing like what I was doing. Um, Graduated high school, um, 2016 was like the best. That was like the best summer the Cavs won. My brother got married. Um, August going into like the fall semester of school, um, my homie Malante, he had bought a camera and he was like, let's shoot. Like I bought this camera for 400, like let's shoot. And And I was like, without hesitation, I was like, let's do it. So
Mhm.
we went downtown, started taking photos. He brought his homie Cam, and that whole process of just taking photos just felt natural. And we going all throughout Tower City, Public Square before it was done, all to like the gritty spots in Cleveland. And we ended up at 72nd by the pier. And they was like, all right, we about to go home and smoke. Like, what you about to do? And I'm like, man, I'm about to go edit these photos. Like, that's
Right.
what I'm on. And I just fell in love with at that point. Um,
What y'all was shooting with?
it was like a Canon that he bought off somebody from like Facebook for like $400.
Everybody
T4,
has a
T5,
camera.
We,
baby.
you know what I'm saying? It was just fun. Like we taking pictures, they all out of focus. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? But just that whole
Mhm.
experience, it was just like I just loved it. You know what I mean? I don't know what it was, but um put all the photos on my computer and just went to town and I just loved it. Um spring semester going into college, I bought my first camera. Got my taxes, got like $800 on my taxes, went to Micro Center and
Micro Center.
yeah, I went to Micro Center. I was going back and forth from Micro Center to Best Buy out in Mayfield, and I'm hitting Monte up like, bro, should I do it? Like, is this gonna be worth it? And it was like probably like one of the most nervous experience, one of the most nervous purchases because I didn't think it was gonna be worth it. I'm like $500 for a camera back then when you ain't really got it. And but looking back, bro, like that was probably like the best investment I made in my life. So, and from that point on, like man, it was history. So that's in a nutshell. It's a longer story, but in a nutshell, that's how I got started. It's just really just having fun.
I feel like they didn't fall in your lap. You actually chased it.
Yeah, and didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
So
You wanted this shit.
yeah,
So
it's
what
just
was that?
always been in me.
What was the camera you bought?
It was a Canon T6. It was Canon
Yeah, I'm about to
C6.
say.
The picture you sent me, that was that. That was a camera.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh
and
man.
I wish I would have like kept it to this day and like put it in like a little epoxy block just for like sentimental reasons. But yeah, that got me started, and it made me a lot of money. Um, yeah, it like I said, the greatest investment I ever made in myself. So forever grateful for that.
So when did it transition for you where it's like, all right, I'm real good at this. I like doing this. It's time to make some money.
I started making a lot of relationships with a lot of photographers in the city,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just be like a sponge. So they would do shoots, I would just hang out with them, try to soak up as much game as I could. And I think the first gig that I got booked for was like for this black family. It was like an anniversary party. It was like a pig roasting and everything, and I got like $400 for like 6 hours of just shooting, and it clicked. I'm like, damn, I got paid for this. And it didn't feel like work, and I just had fun. You know what I mean? And that's just my whole preface about what I do is just as long as I have fun, bro. Like I don't care. You know what I mean? And once I got paid, it just clicked. And from there on, like the traction started to pick up. Like people would hit me up. Um, I got invited. You remember that event that we got that I met you at?
Mhm.
I got invited to that event to shoot, and then things just started picking up. So yeah,
Mm.
and then after I started building relationships. That taught me how to build relationships.
What is your favorite thing to shoot?
Uh, I'm a guy that I don't really have a niche, so I say like everything. I know saying everything is kind of like a cookie cutter answer, but man, my favorite I would say is sports. Um,
Mm.
just growing up being an athlete, somebody that really understands like the ins and outs of the game. Sports is where I feel like is most natural. Um, yeah.
Yeah, when I seen you kicking that soccer ball, I was like, this nigga Donte eclectic.
Oh yeah, yeah, and yeah. I grew up playing soccer. We had like a little program in our school where we would play soccer a couple days a week, and
Mhm.
then on the days where we don't practice, we'll write poetry.
Right.
So that kind of like was feeding into like my love of art. We would write. We would at the end of the year we would perform. Like so, yeah, little things like that. Like this, it's just always been in me. Like I said, writing poetry, just being a part of me as well. So
Definitely coming up through your own progression. I do want to backpedal a little bit and go
yeah,
into the economics of just being an entrepreneur.
Right.
balancing being an adult because you got into photography not later than most, but earlier than most. Like you
Yeah,
got
I was
into
like
it like right
about
after high
about
school, being
19.
an adult.
Yeah.
How did you balance your passion versus I gotta support myself?
Um, Starting off, I mean, obviously, I was still working a job.
Mm.
Um, Going like 2020 into 2020, 2021, I opened up my own studio. I don't know if you remember, I had my own studio at one point.
I ain't never been, bro. I didn't know you had your
Yeah,
own
it was
studio.
short. It was short lived, bro. We got evicted, but that's a
It's
whole
cool,
story.
bro. No, it's cool,
We all
bro.
got, but
Everybody got hurdles.
back 2021 ish, I decided, man, I'm gonna just do this full time.
Hmm.
And I ain't gonna lie, man, entrepreneurship is a hard game. Mentally, financially, like if you're not really on your square, like it's a tough game. So finding that balance, even to this day, like finding that balance of like financially is tough. You know what I mean? If you don't have a system in place, it's gonna be a hard battle to climb up the hill.
Um, I'm experiencing similar things as I just left my employer. Um, and what I'm finding is that it's always been that way,
Yeah,
that balancing act with passion and I need to make money. And sometimes you stifle yourself for a baseline income.
right.
It's definitely courageous to step out there and do your own thing. To give people context on how we met, that picture that I sent you, I was at a poetry slam.
Hmm.
We did that.
I'll never forget that day.
Um, but bro, our relationship, it was just like ebbs and flows throughout the year. Even at John Marshall,
Hmm.
you shooting my first make believe podcast. Like,
The
what
book
were?
signing.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
book
yeah,
signing.
yeah, yeah. At the spot. My question is, throughout that time that we was, doing business together and just, connecting, I feel like there were changes in your art form and your craft from
Yeah.
going from photography to videography.
Hmm.
What was that transit? Because bro went through that too. Because when how we connected was I asked him to take pictures, and
Hmm.
I think you was well versed in videography, right?
I was not taking pictures.
Yeah, right. So it's just the same thing. I had the opposite with you. Like, what was that transition like for you?
Oh, learning. People been telling me to do video for years.
Hmm.
Um, but video is like I'll say it'll probably be like it was like more of like a challenge, like just to see if I can do it or not. And and then it's kind of like perfect timing because that's where the world is like turning into like video heavy, not really so much more stills and things like that. Although stills are still important, but like I seen like the change of like content started to really come to what it is today. I was just like, all right, let me get on, and yeah, that's how I got into it.
Would you say that what is more difficult for you, if it's difficult at all, pre or post the job, like the editing portion? Because we got a phrase around here
Mm,
for the most part. Let's get it right the first time, so we don't have to put everything on the white on the back end.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Trying to clean up shit that should have been done right.
yeah. I would say it's what you make it, but I would say definitely pre-production, just getting your ducks in a row. It's more once I get in there like post-production, it's just like it's I'm in my flow. You know what I'm saying? Because I shoot to edit.
Mm.
So meaning like I'm already planning out the edit as I'm working. So I kind of like when I go into the edit, I already know what I'm doing. Pre-production is kind of like you got to be more structured,
Hmm.
things like that. So yeah, I would say pre-production.
How does that work though, bro? You shooting cast players and shit now. So how does that really work on
What
the
you mean?
pre-production side? Like,
Pre-produ That's really just like kind of like just going as you see. Um, you get a like a small brief for like what the client might need, but it's just kind of really freestyling at this point. But like pre-production for like bigger businesses and things like that, that's when you gotta really sit down and be like, all right, how we gonna really do this?
mhm.
What's the style? What's the mood board gonna look like? What's the goals? Things like that. Um, the cab stuff, that's really just like freestyle and me just having fun.
Or
Yeah. So yeah.
but what I would say is when it come down to it, because we had another guest that did live sports, Ellen.
Mm. Yeah,
I
she's
think
dope.
like
She's dope too.
yeah. I think the biggest thing that I was looking at is like during the games, man, the distractions.
Mm.
That was my thing. The noise, people
Mm.
moving, and being able to be, versatile with the camera
Yeah.
in terms of that. Like, how do you stay focused and not get caught up into the environment?
Because we all been to Cavs games. You know what I mean? Like it's a
That's
show.
true.
You
It's
know,
definitely it's a lot going on.
it's a lot going on. They got pre-shows. They got people making $10,000 at a half court shot. Like it's a lot going on.
Man, two dudes just hit that shot. I
Yeah,
was like, damn, not
yeah,
even a half court shot on an NBA court.
yeah,
10 racks on the
yeah.
line.
10 racks. Yeah.
Man,
You think you can do
I don't know, bro. I ain't never
that?
tried. I ain't never tried. Honestly, the biggest court I've been on is the college court.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Like, have y'all
But
ever
then
shot
again,
like an NBA three?
I shot an
That's
NBA
hard.
three.
That is
I shot an
hard.
NBA
I ain't
three.
gonna lie.
Hell yeah, it's hard,
That's
nigga. My back hurt.
man.
Thinking about it. Like
But
accurately,
yeah,
yeah, I've hit it, but
yeah,
took times. Because I come up in the midi area. We were
yeah,
shooting threes.
yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, trying to stay focused. Really, um, just keep. You know, it's cliche, but you really just keep the main thing the main thing.
Mhm,
Like the specific player that I was doing work for was Craig Porter Jr.
mhm,
So just really just keeping an eye out for him. Just following, seeing whatever he does. That's like the main thing. I didn't really do too much during the game, but it was more so like pregame. I was getting a lot of pregame, him warming up,
mhm.
things like that. So yeah, yeah, being on the court, just being on the court in general, like uh, it's unreal. You know what I mean? Like seeing like the first game that I went down there, it was like they was playing the Rockets. Like seeing KD in person, I was like, damn, this is really Kevin Durant in person. Like so
That shoot long as
that was
hell, bro.
yeah, that was cool. You know what I mean? Like to see these players in person and see how they prepare and things like that. Like that was
Hmm.
unreal. You know, I had to take a step back and just breathe. Like, damn, I'm really on the NBA court. And yeah, it was a blessing, bro. To like, and then it's so much love. I got so much love from that. Like all I posted like my media pass,
Hmm.
bro. I got like hundreds of messages of people just being like, that's dope. I'm proud of you." Like, so yeah, it was kind of, and it was just one of those things that um, I would say it's a testament of your gifts is gonna make room for you. Um, because throughout the year, like I would have conversations with my friends, and they'd be like, "You should do something with the Cavs." And in my mind, like that'd be nice, but like, how the hell am I gonna get there?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like working in sports is a very networking intensive type of field. Like it's very competitive. A lot of people want to do it. Everybody trying to get on. So you got to kind of like find your way. And it's very relationship heavy, which I don't really have too many relationships in that industry. But really all God, bro. Um, I want to touch base on how I got that job. So it's a site called Green Steve that connects like athletes and creatives. And I signed up, and then I seen that I got an email that said Craig Porter Jr. need content, and I just jumped on it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Hit the dude, hit his agent. His agent posted it. Hit the agent up. He called me immediately, got me on the floor, and then it was history.
So
You
what was
said
the scope of work like that they were looking for to complete
So
that?
it was just like content of him warming up, some game footage, and then also his business partner owns a supplement company. So being able to do like a little bit of brand work with
Hmm.
Craig, we ended up pulling him to his house, just doing a little bit of like brand work with him. Um, yeah, that was pretty much like a scope of work. So yeah.
And is this like over a series of multiple days, or is it just like one
Yeah,
day?
it was that weekend. You know, he played that Friday, pulled up to his house that Saturday,
Mhm.
hung out a little bit afterwards, and it was just like it was it. So yeah,
So here at the Creative Mindset, we like to talk about mental health of
okay.
all artists. We find out that we more alike than different.
Mm,
And just to start on the upside of it, when you said like your friends always say that you should do stuff with the Cavs,
mm.
um, and I understand having those same conversations with folks as well. Um, Outside of being excited, just talk us through some of the things that were going through your head when you even got that notification.
Oh, bro, it was like I said, it was just. that scripture, Proverbs 18:16, your gifts will make room for you. It's just kind of like your work is finally paying off. It's kind of like that sign of relief, but you know, it's an excited relief. Like, man, like things that my work that I've been putting in throughout the year is finally starting to pay off. So it's like, yeah, I would say relief.
So what are almost like, because you talked about entrepreneurship and just,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing a lot of bouncing around. What are those things that you do to keep yourself up when we in like a slow period? Because summer is always the busiest season for sure, spring, summer.
Yeah.
But then as we start approaching like the Christmas season, people like to cut corners.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that late fall to now type of thing. Like, what do you do to keep yourself sane and busy, and to let people know, like, hey, I'm still working.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
mess with your
yeah.
boy.
I think just leaning on having experience in so many different niches, you can be able to maneuver and um, adapt quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I think just leaning on that, and then just remaining positive. You know, nothing comes just thinking negative all the time. I know y'all can agree. Just remaining positive, just being grateful that you even get it. You can even get an opportunity if it ain't even paying that much. Just being grateful. Gratitude definitely keeps me level headed. Cause I ain't gonna lie, this shit hard. Like being an entrepreneur, trying to figure it out, it's hard right now. I ain't gonna hold you. Just staying positive. I think that's the biggest thing. Just understanding like your moment gonna keep coming. You know what I'm saying? Like I already had a testament of like your moment gonna come. Just keep staying open minded. That keeps me going.
How do
And,
you decompress?
decompress prayer, tons of prayer. That's my biggest thing. And then being in a support group, because we can't do it all alone. Talking to other videographers that, because they understand. Um, yeah, prayer, meditation, and then just talking to people that understand you, and then just leaning on your support system, people that's rocking what you doing. That keeps me level headed. Um, in days where I feel like, should I go work at Home Depot or something? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's how I stay grounded.
So you mentioned not having a niche, and even like just that small thing you said like right before we got on camera, it made me think, how does that make you feel to not even be able to say I'm niched? Because like I said in the beginning, people
Yeah,
always bring somebody else work to you and
yeah.
want this, and
Um,
it's like I ain't gonna turn up my money, but
right. Um, Me as a person, I'm very unstructured.
Mhm.
Just doing me, I've been doing like a lot of inner work, and just learning about my personality, and I've been tapping into a little zodiac, but and I learned like I'm very unstructured, so I can't sit in one area. Uh, Being not having a niche just allows me to be more free and nimble,
Mhm.
and it's just fun that way. You know what I'm saying? I like to test myself. So yeah,
I was curious to know what was your thought, and did you even want a niche?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
And the reason
I
why,
know to be more stable in this industry, I definitely want to be more niched in like I would say corporate, because obviously that's where that's where the money's at,
Mhm.
and you can kind of swing more guarantee opportunities, because being a freelancer is like being an Uber driver. You just picking up whatever comes your way. Um, but yeah, I say I ground more into like corporate things like that.
What
so
motivates you though? Like
To
that's kind of I think that's the underlying thing. Because as I'm listening to you talk, I'm like, well, so what's the motivating factor? Without structure, then it's just
money,
like
to
nigga.
money, yeah,
money.
money.
But
I
Money.
mean,
that's fine, money. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like okay for the white, your niche would be wedding,
mm,
right? To a
But
certain degree.
but technically, and that's I was trying to get there,
Oh,
but
go ahead,
but
bro.
you emptying the clip.
Look.
But like I understand not having a niche, but to get into a certain demographic, you have to
kind of know that
build a
industry,
catalog
kind of in
and
that.
market that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and I already
And
had that.
I know,
Yeah,
I ain't trying to teach,
yeah. I don't know. I see. Yeah.
but the reason why I asked about that niche is because, like you said on camera about wanting to go where you want to go. You see where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started doing weddings, I had to market myself like I do weddings.
Right.
And people who don't understand creativity are like, so can you do birthday parties? Can you do
Right.
photo shoots? They just
Yeah.
feel like you can only do
Do
one
everything.
thing.
Yeah.
And the reason why I only started marketing weddings like that and just strictly weddings, and that's the top of my page, is
Yeah.
because when I started doing wedding shows,
Mm-hmm.
I started seeing articles written by these people who are putting on these shows like, don't mess with freelance people, only mess with people who are specialized
Yeah.
in doing this.
Yeah.
And I can do anything. And again, I hate to keep bringing this back up, but people who bring you other people work, that's like, hey, I want this.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even allow you to have a niche because you're just doing everything. It's
Yeah.
good for building a portfolio.
It's good to get some quick dollars. Yeah.
Exactly. It's
Mhm.
motivated by
So
money because we got a bill we got to pay over
yeah.
here. It's good that I'm building a portfolio for other people who may want this or perfect that skill to make that skill better. Like I didn't start retouching photos until everybody kept asking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So just learning all these different skill sets, it helps build a catalog.
Yeah.
But don't you have a desire? Well, not, and you said not really because you like to move around, but it's
Yeah.
like the desire to have a niche. So I don't even know who I am as a creator because I'm doing everything
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody want me to
Right.
do.
Right. Right. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Like I said, for money reasons, yeah. Obviously, you want to do more corporate, but what I think that question you want to see is like what I really want to do. What I really want to do is just do like I said, lean more into like
Hmm.
sports documentaries, brand activations, things like that. That's where I can see myself. So building, like I said, building that catalog,
Hmm.
but still having that pocket of like, all right, I got the corporate. Like if I need to lean onto that,
Hmm.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, because that's important. I
yeah,
had a conversation with L, and it
hmm
was like, man, people want this, but then you want to explore that
yeah,
over there. And sometimes that's hard to do. When some of your best work is going to be like unpaid, you just grab
yeah,
some volunteers
yeah,
together and was like, hey,
yeah,
let's do this and let's put this together.
yeah.
And I don't want to be like long-winded, but
Gotcha.
just
We got
I
time,
wanted you
man.
to I just wanted you to talk through that process. What's that like as a critic? Because it's like, all right, it's already hard getting money, but then
Mm,
we get the money, and that's only in that slow period. But then like getting to be able to like freely express yourself. Like you even made an example of Wale in them outfits. That just had me laugh because
yeah,
that was
like,
around the time when Instagram was at its peak. The
yeah,
LeBron nines was going
yeah,
crazy. The KDs was going
yeah,
crazy. So just seeing him put together them fits with them jerseys and the shoes, that was more about self-expression.
yeah,
And that's what got you into this,
yeah,
expressing yourself and
yeah,
capturing things behind your eye, behind what your eye was. But then when we get into this work for hire realm, you kind of stifle that creativity because it's just like, I'm just doing this because I
It's
could
just
do
pay
it.
to pay the bills too. Yeah,
I'm good at it, everything. I
yeah,
can do it.
yeah.
Survival threatens the integrity of the work.
Right,
That's
right.
yeah, that's what we saying. Cause I like what a nigga really want to do if he ain't have to pay a bill. That's kind of how I feel like during
For
this
real,
transition
you
of
know.
not having a job. It's like now I get to go back into figuring out who I am outside of
Yeah,
working for an employer.
yeah,
Even though me and bruh do Men in the Den, we do the show. I'm writing. I was doing all this stuff while I was working, but really, when you ain't got that thing to lean on,
it's
when
hard.
you're not prioritizing this bill,
Yeah,
what is it that you really want to do artistically? Because I feel like sometimes if you become a slave to it, man, it's like you
yeah.
like he said it on multiple episodes, and it kind of stuck with me too. It's like the only time he pick up a camera is when he's trying to make some money.
And that's the biggest thing I deal with myself. Like, I think it's just getting back to that love, getting back to like when I first started, I was just shooting pennies on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Just because it was just cool to do. So I think just trying to get back to that love. And sports is what give me that love. Obviously, it might not be the most paying or whatever, but that's what fulfilled me.
What you keep bringing it back to sports, so now I gotta just throw out some
Yeah, I
sport
mean,
questions. What's
yeah.
okay? So what's the favorite? What's your favorite sport to watch, and then what's your favorite sport to play?
To watch it would be hoops, obviously, soccer, obviously, and then to play soccer. Like I said, that's just always been a part of me, since I was 8 years old, and then to now, even still going out to go kick a ball at St. Ignatius. You know what I mean? Like that's been always been a part of me.
When
Yeah.
it comes down to style, artistic expression, who is your favorite player coming up?
What for what sport?
It don't
Just
matter.
don't matter.
It doesn't matter. You could pick a few because I
Brian,
damn sure got something
like I
off the
said,
top of my head.
Brian, Kobe, T Mac,
Mm.
Messi. I seen him this year. I was able to see him in person last year. That was cool.
Where was you at?
He was at the Brown Stadium.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
Shit, I
it was
missed
back
that.
in April. Um, yeah, those guys definitely for sure.
Shit, mine was definitely. I think everybody in the room say AI off the
Yeah,
top.
yeah, yeah. I forgot him.
Big on AI. Mine's Stephon Marbury.
Yeah,
Ray Allen just because of all of the Jordan collabs.
yeah, yeah.
I think I don't know who was the first Jordan athlete, but I just remember this nigga always had these hard ass
Mm,
J's on when he
yeah.
was on Boston, bro, because we wasn't seeing them
He
when
in
he was on
Seattle.
Supersonics or Milwaukee
Yeah,
because them games wasn't getting broadcast here. So I was only able to see the swag
yeah,
when he was with Boston. That was my big one. Of course, Dion.
yeah,
I don't like these new Deions I got, but yeah, of course,
yeah,
Dion. Like, sports was heavily influenced on all of us just from a media standpoint.
yeah.
So when it came down to you picking up a camera, what do you desire? What shots that haven't been seen? You know, the shots that you have in your head that you want to see from sports. Because the NFL has got away from, and I'm going to the NFL and the NBA, they only give you one angle.
Mm-hmm.
Certain times they give you behind the basket and things like that, but they
Yeah,
never get that overhead shot. NFL even stopped doing it. That
yeah.
overhead, I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but that
It's like the
overhead shot with the
camera, and it's
camera
like
is
on that
right
line.
there.
It's like on
Yeah.
that zip line.
hmm
Yeah.
What shots do you want to see in sports that haven't been done yet?
I mean, I've seen a lot of that overhead stuff from like social media.
hmm
I follow a lot of sports creators on Instagram. Um, the Boston Celtics team, they definitely do like a good job of doing that. Like just they in the Raptors looking down. Like
hmm
um, but from a live perspective, I would say overhead. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
overhead. Yeah, it's so many. I'm inspired by so many of those sports creators on Instagram, bro. It's like them, man, them 20-year-old kids, they run circles around me, and it's just cool to see. Like,
Yeah, you in your 20s.
no, I'm saying like them fresh 20, 19, 18-year-old kids that
Yeah, word.
just is, seeing like how advanced they are compared to how I was starting out 10 years ago. Like,
It's the
it
technology though.
it shows
hmm
how quick like technology just advances so fast. Like, you got 16, 17-year-olds getting internships with these big sports company, these sports teams, and yeah, to see the evolution. Because like 10 years ago, bro, when I first started, it wasn't as much access as it is now. You got AI, you got all these programs.
So you did good to get Adobe back then. Now you can get Adobe and After Effects in
Yeah,
the same walk.
yeah, yeah,
$40 a month. If you a student, it's like 25.
If you a yeah, they do
yeah,
got the suit packages. That's a
yeah.
fact.
So
Just gotta have that,
the ease of access to the technology is
And
just
the amount of tutorials that's on the market nowadays, it
because
take me weeks to figure out something. Now it's just like you got TikTok, you can just instantly show you how to do something.
back then you was watching Justin OD show having to make the clips and to
Yeah,
make the
yeah.
effects. Now everything drag and drop.
Drag and drop, bro. Like it's crazy to see how big this creator economy is nowadays. Like it's gonna be worth like 300 billion in the next couple of years.
Mhm.
So it's like um now is the time to start creating, getting these brand deals and sponsorships and things like that. Like it's insane. Like people got careers off of creativity nowadays. 10 years ago, it wasn't like that.
When these car videos coming, bro, I seen them out. What we doing?
Car videos, I don't do car videos like that.
No, I'm seeing the mount. You had a mount.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you
Yeah,
yeah,
got the when
yeah.
you
yeah,
had got
yeah.
That was
the
just for fun. I ain't
Uh,
really.
what was that, the Osmo?
Yeah,
That's
I got
what it
the little action GoPro little style thing.
is.
Yeah,
I'm like that bitch hard for real.
yeah. I forgot about that. Guess we gotta get in our bag doing that.
I
So
was say you
yeah,
Yeah,
might
you
as
got
well, bro.
to.
yeah,
You was just talking about it. That's what made me drive that way. Cause
yeah.
like you said, everything is innovation, man. Everybody,
Innovation.
and then
Yeah,
people get so bored with, oh, I gotta make something new nobody ever seen. They just start going to the past, and then everything.
yeah,
Why everybody wearing these big ass jeans, Jay?
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everything come back and say everything get played out.
Yeah, innovation is everything. Like people just love content. You know, I think the biggest thing nowadays, everybody feel like they gotta have you probably seen these discussions. Everybody had a perfect camera, but you know,
It's
it's
not
people
the
making
camera.
$10,000-$20,000 a month off their phone,
Facts.
off their iPhone. You know
With
what
a
I'm saying?
grainy lens. Don't care if
Yeah,
it's grainy.
you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just putting it out. You know, that's the biggest thing.
It's more so because art is subjective.
Yeah,
At a point in time, everything had to be clean, but then after the retro look of like the camcorder filter came back, and some things,
yeah,
like the younger generation, like I
yeah. That's
seen,
called
Ooh.
vintage now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
That camcorder looking
I forget what article it was, but
clutch.
it was a transition with who's under us? Not millennials. What is it? Generation Z or
so my
something?
generation,
Y, Gen
yeah,
Y.
Gen
Or
Z.
something.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Gen Z doesn't want the perfect photo shoot anymore. Like when we were growing up, it was the perfect mirror, no smudges, clean bathroom,
Mm,
makeup and everything got a place, your sneakers organized. But now Gen Z wants the grungy look. So like my
yeah,
sneakers is all over the place. Nothing has a place. Kind of like how you said, I'm kind of all over the place.
yeah.
Everything is all over the place. So with everything being all over the place, there's a love in everything. We had to look perfect. We
Mm,
wanted to look perfect. You had to be fresh. A nigga could buy something off Sheen right now and go out as confident, but we was like, no, I need that polo, man. I can't be
mm,
going out there like that. And he like, where you get that from, bro? Like, I ain't even gonna fake. I got it from Sheen. Oh, that's hard. How much they charge you?
yeah,
Like,
Right.
I'm about to go look on there now, see if I
yeah.
can get me
Gen
one.
Z is
It don't
definitely different.
matter where you buying stuff from. It's just how you rocking it, how confident you are, and how it makes other people feel, including
Yeah.
yourself.
And,
Daytona fucking album cover.
Yeah, that's that. That's
mhm.
now.
That's where we at right
Coke,
now.
Coke on
Yeah,
the dresser and everything.
yeah,
Everything just a mess.
yeah.
And that's art.
And people crave authenticity. You know what I'm saying nowadays? That's the
Mhm.
big buzzword nowadays. Is like authenticity is real.
Yeah, going
Yeah,
to who you are and they not purchasing the service. They want to
yeah,
vibe with you and make sure you solid instead of
yeah,
worrying about the product.
yeah. Or
You
just
hit
in general. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just like nothing. Nobody wants like the perfect. Like I said, people like content off your iPhone. Yeah, that's a little shaky, but
on your YouTube travels, I mean searches. You ever watch Peter McKinnon?
yeah.
Peter McKinnon did a video about 5, 6 years ago that said people don't want to be sold anymore, and he posted a video making coffee that he shot with his camera,
Mm,
icy,
yeah.
no views. Shot the same kind of video, but with his iPhone, exploded, went
Yeah.
viral. And that started letting me know like it's all subjective. It
Yeah.
don't even matter. Not to make you can't make things too perfect now when you create.
Mm,
It's just create because even what's popular around the Gen Z population is I mean not popular, the Gen Z generation is like putting effort is like, oh you trying too hard, bro.
yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
get clowns that
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Like why shouldn't I not try hard?
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
Conviction bias.
Well,
I told you.
Wow,
Conviction
bro.
bias. Because
that's
when you
real.
come to somebody convicted, people tend to believe somebody that believes what they're saying. It could be a conviction, but it doesn't necessarily need to be real. It goes back to being sold. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, bro.
It's crazy at times, yeah, man.
It is. It
And
is,
they,
but at the same time, it makes you ultra optimistic at this point
Yeah.
because you can develop a style out of anywhere, any
But
way.
yes.
it's an open playing field nowadays. Like,
Dude, it's a dude that shoots shots in LA. It's a dude that I follow that shoots shots in LA of 304s
yeah,
all day on
yeah.
the strip.
It's a kid that does like bathroom reviews, like him taking a shit in like different bathrooms throughout the city, and just does a review. And it's like I'm not lying, and it's like people like it. Like he getting comments from dude wipes. Like it's just like
Yeah.
man, you can make content out of anything, and somebody gonna like it. It's
So,
insane. Like
so where do you sit on that spectrum when making content now?
uh, it just kind of like opened my mind. I don't have nothing like specific right now, but
Mhm.
just giving me like it goes back to my point of like people don't buy your services, they buy you. So
Mhm.
just giving more of just me. Cause I know like whenever I post like my work on Instagram, like it gets like your typical fire emojis and things like that. But I post a picture of myself, it goes up. So I
Right.
already know an indication like people want to see more of me. So that's the direction I'm headed in.
It's the opposite of me. I post pictures of my kids that explode. Post pictures of me.
You know,
Nobody care
people
about
like you. They don't like you.
Right. This nigga got no ring or no kids, nigga, no
Don't
commitment.
nobody care. Nothing
Man.
about me.
Right. All I hear in the background, I got
Mhm.
hoes.
So
Man,
many fucking hoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So,
I'm on a bar right now. You know what I'm saying? This is
but
dope, man.
I want to ask you, going back because you said you want to lean into like documentaries, sports films.
Yeah.
So with it just being you, only you being a freelancer, what's your thought process and how are you going to build the team to start doing it? Because you're gonna have to have your director of photography, you're gonna
Hmm.
have to have your grip, one, two, your lighter person. And there's some things that you can do,
Yeah.
but like I tell bro all the time, like he'd be like, man, you need to go shoot a movie. And remember that last
Yeah, remember
conversation we
the
had
conversation
at the
lounges. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So it's like, okay, I need to shoot a movie, but when you have so many hats, that should be somebody else's job. That
Mm.
kind of takes away from what you do the best.
Yeah, and I just seen like a Twitch stream earlier about that, and it's like, cause like I said, when you look at your craft, like that's your baby. You know what I mean? And, like being able to like delegate different tasks that you feel like you wanna do, it's hard. But yeah, learn how to delegate. But I mean, there's tons of solo documentary shooters out there. Um, I mean, it's a guy that comes to mind. He did a whole documentary by himself, and one guy that did BTS.
Mhm.
It's definitely possible. Yeah, it's just seeing what you're capable of doing. I don't think you really need a big team to do a documentary, if it ain't necessary. But
I don't think so
yeah,
either, but I just ask just because,
yeah. I mean, if
when you
it's
got more
necessary,
people.
it's easier, obviously. Yeah, but when you're so used to doing everything by yourself, it's kind of hard to delegate because you just have that vision in your mind. You have that perfectionist mindset.
Mhm.
It's kind of hard to like hand off different jobs to other people because you
I'm,
want to have
I'm gonna ask both of y'all this question. I've never asked. I'm just
what
curious because
shit. Like
y'all
I said,
both in
you
the
said,
same. Y'all work in a silo.
yeah,
Do you feel like at times that stifles your collaborative efforts?
yeah,
I don't,
yeah,
because I know it's possible, and that's why I kind of asked that question. I wanted to see how you feel. Like
yeah.
I know I can do everything
It
myself,
definitely,
but
but
I'm tired of doing
shit
everything
is,
myself.
says you, yeah. Because I know it's people that can run circles around me that can handle an edit, that can do an edit a lot better than me. But I'll get stubborn sometimes. I want to do it myself because I got this vision. So it's like fighting against yourself with that vision of like, all right, can I trust somebody? And it just comes down to a conversation to having trust.
Mm.
So yeah,
And that's how you ended up with 5 different copies of the Jesus Walks video.
No. What, lack of trust or trust?
Both.
yeah,
Trusting that I'm not right about this
yeah,
video and my
Yeah,
perspective is not gold.
yeah. It's
both.
just
Okay.
knowing who you work with. I'll say, yeah, and just building relationships with people in this industry.
And that's why it's hard. That's why I
Yeah,
asked about like, what do you think? What are your views on that? Because I'm learning to let go.
yeah.
It's
Try.
it's
I mean, shit.
even
Try.
doing this, I gotta let go.
Yeah,
It's tough.
yeah,
Thank God I'm a good editor, but it's tough.
yeah.
So, wanting a bigger project is just always looking for. I say this almost every episode. You want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, you need a team.
Absolutely.
And I've been doing stuff alone a very long
Man,
time, but
I've been at this 10 years, man. I've been doing everything by myself, picking up tripods and all this. I'm like, I'm getting to a point, and it's been people that's been telling me like, bro, you need to hire a team. I remember I was at this conference for electricians back in the summer, and this guy has looked at me. He was like, "You got a team?" He was like, "You need to hire people." He was like, "I can tell, like you need help." And I was just like, "Damn, I do." Like, and this is a guy I don't know. And he was just like, "Yeah, you need to hire, even if just hiring an editor." You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
to offload the work and just get a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? To where I can free up time to do the things I need to do, whether that's office
That's
hours or things like
that's
that.
why I brought up collaborating because you have to have the means to actually hire people.
Right.
Hiring people is an
Yeah.
actual
It
job. You are in
costs.
charge of somebody's livelihood, no
Yeah.
matter
And they
how
and they rely on you.
vast or minuscule that amount of money is.
Yeah.
So finding people that have a collective thought process and vision and believe in you is important
Yeah.
because the team that people see here at the Mindset, we all believe in one another. This started from his brain.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We want to support bro. We all know he brought us in. It's all love.
Mm.
But it's like niggas gotta wait for the money sometimes, bro. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And sometimes that money don't
Like even
come as
if
fast
the
as you
money
want to.
coming in, you gotta reinvest it back into the
To the
business.
business.
You can't line your pockets with everything.
Yeah. And that's the hard battle. You know what I mean? If you ain't got consistent working and high under it don't make sense.
Yeah.
So that's the crossroads where I'm at. Like I gotta get some consistent dough to be even offloaded. Otherwise, I'm gonna just keep doing this myself.
That's why I always lean on mentorship. If
Yeah.
you can mentor somebody else and do the things that you're looking for, sometimes the answer ain't always you're gonna get somebody to come in and
Hmm.
be the mentor that you're looking for. Sometimes the answer is mentoring somebody else
Yeah. And having them do the things that I don't do.
because they'll be more grateful than what you think. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do we go high school now with it?
I
Because
mean,
you
you can
said kids
go
coming 18, 19, coming
high
crazy.
school. You can go somebody that just does it freelance. Yeah, there's so many. I got a guy that's like almost 50 that shoots for fun. You know what I'm saying? He just happy to do something. So he likes to edit. So it's different avenues. It's just, but like I said, it just comes down to relationships and communicating your vision effectively to be able to like, all right, how can we make this make sense?
Hmm.
So
So what was that first project that you worked on that made you proud and you was like, yeah, I'm nice?
hmm, I done did so much, man. Ooh, shit.
Finding blank at
That's
John
what
Marshall because that nigga had me flamed in them photos.
it.
Nigga had me flamed.
That was fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was definitely fun. Uh, I was proud. Probably my first brand story shoot I did for like one of my homies that did fitness.
Hmm.
Um, just from like pitching the idea all the way to like showing them the final product and doing it all by myself and believing that I can do it. That was probably like one of my proudest moments. Um, I would say that. And not even just like work, but just being able to say like I opened my own studio at one point. That was a proud moment. Like
Mm.
being obsessed with just trying to find a space, um, furnishing it, and just like having business come through. That was definitely a proud moment as well. So yeah,
Would you ever entertain the idea of opening another one?
I want a building at one point. At one point I want like the reason why I say I would want my own building is I grew up watching Fantasy Factory. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah.
That's
And
Robin Big, ain't
yeah,
it?
Robin Big.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And like to have him for him to have this 200,000 square foot building, just doing whatever he want, that always inspired me. And when the studio that I had downtown, it was kind of like a mini version of that. Like the guy had his own building and just different spaces in there and different people working in there. And I told myself like, man, one day I'm gonna have that. So yeah, that's like one of my biggest motivations to like get a building, um, have people rent it out, and just have that space to where I can go and just create whatever comes to my mind. Like renting is cool, but it's not the I don't like ownership. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
yeah, in the next couple of years, that's like one of the biggest goals for sure. Uh, yeah.
So typically I ask guests, what is something that they want to leave, but I feel like it's so much shit you want to do. So
Yeah.
if it and I find as artists come on, I I, I kind of been separating people from opportunists,
Mm,
people that's like, I know that my skills meet this opportunity, I'm gonna take advantage of it.
yeah.
The question I want to ask you specifically is, what exactly, if it's tangible in the near future, what space and what exactly do you want to be doing? If it's tangible within the next year, what do you want to
Next
be
year.
doing? Yeah, within the next year. I
Okay.
mean, it's
Yeah, I
2026.
mean
We
20.
right here.
Yeah. So what do
If
I
it's
what do I
tangible
be
and that's
doing?
what you want to be doing.
Uh, Man, I was just thinking about this recently. Definitely taking that stab and like traveling for work. Um, Me knowing myself, bro, I can't sit down. You know what I'm saying? I always got to be doing something. So I feel like just traveling in different states with my work, um, whether it be working with athletes or businesses or things like that. Um, that's what I really want to be doing. Um, Yeah, traveling for sure. Traveling, getting flown out to a different country, different city, whatever. Um, that's what I would look like realistically. I know I'm all over the place,
Mhm.
and I can't sit down. I can't do one different thing. But like, if I can say I can do one thing, it's just traveling.
Take a cruise, bro. I
Take a
told you that the
cruise.
last time I
Yeah,
seen
when it's all, yeah, it's a
Take a
cruise.
cruise, bro. It's
Yeah.
the easiest way to get around real quick.
Mm,
Bring your camera. Mocha Fest.
yeah.
Might want to go
Okay.
if you don't know what Mocha Fest
I
is.
don't.
We're gonna talk offline.
Okay.
Look, the white know. Go to Mocha Fest.
What are you most grateful for?
Grateful. That village that's around me. You know, I remember. You know, I talked about people. Everybody just hit me in the DMs like, man, I'm proud of you. Like, just that village around me of people that really rock what I'm doing. Family, close friends. Yeah, a lot of my closest people around me. Um, for those that don't know, back in November, my camera started working, and to have homies to be like, yeah, you can use mine. Like, you can't get nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like to have people that believe in what you do. That's what I'm most grateful
Oh, I
for.
seen you RIP that joint online.
I was
Was
sick.
that Sony, right?
Yeah, Sony. I was sick.
Yeah.
Which
Still
one?
sick. Older A7R2. Sick. Well,
Yeah, you
yeah,
can
my home.
glass that one though. You say you went with glass one. You might as well just. You
Yeah,
still got it?
yeah, I still got it.
You put it in the glass.
Put it in there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, shout out to my homie Ryan and Dan for holding me down to work to be like, man, y'all can use my stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely grateful for that. Obviously God, grateful to God for just giving me the opportunity just to do what I love.
Amen.
Um, yeah, God, family, support system, and me.
Well, Snoop said, "I want to thank
I
myself."
don't want to think of myself. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's all we got.
Before we get up out of here, tell the people where they can find you.
You can follow me on Instagram at DirectXDW, and we out.
Monica coming soon.
Monica coming soon.
Creative Mindset Family. It's Dante.
Yo.